Welcome back. So glad to see you. This is video podcast all about resetting yourself for January. I am so excited to have you here. I just sent an email this morning about my unpopular opinion about January. I love January. I'm a January baby, so I guess I'm a little biased, but people are always talking about, oh, it's so cold, it's so gloomy. And I'm like, no, just make your house full of twinkly lights and enjoy a fire at night and do all kinds of fun projects and learn something new and plan your year. Like, I have so many fun things that I want to do in January that I never feel that way. But if you don't like January, just hang around and maybe I'll help you enjoy this month a little bit better. So we are going to talk about 3 simple but powerful ways to reset yourself for the year. Now, I know that, we're all kind of at this time of year looking for a fresh start, looking for some kind of way to create some change. So we're going to talk about that today. Some of the things that I do, sort of the main things that I'm doing right now to sort of jumpstart the year in a way that I love, establishing some new routines and helping me really improve my focus. I have been on a rampage for myself to figure out, I want to improve my focus, my productivity, my well-being. And so I'm going to share 3 things today that I am doing to do that. I would love to know what you're doing. I would love to know if you love January or how you are creating some fresh starts for yourself. But the first thing that I want to mention that I am doing is sort of resetting my morning routine. So if you have a morning routine that you love, I do, but I am always kind of thinking about, like, how can I refine it a little bit? How can I just do a few things that really help me set the intention for the day? So I want to show you a little bit of what I do. If you're not a morning person, I think that's fine. Figure out what time of day for you is the time when you're most focused. But I feel like even for everybody, just taking a few minutes in the morning to sort of set the intention for your day. So get up maybe 20 or 30 minutes earlier than you normally do. I love waking up very early. So I wake up very early and I use my planner to sort of give me, it feels like, and you can tell me if this is your experience, but since I've gotten in the habit of setting my intention for the day, of writing down my plan for the day, it feels like a meditation to me. The routine of, for me, like, I get up in the morning, I fill my diffuser, I make my coffee, and then I sit down with my planner and I just take a few extra minutes to plan my day. But I want to mention 3 things specifically about planning my day that have really helped me. The first thing is that I am a huge fan of 90-day goals. I have a podcast on that. I have videos on how I love setting 90-day goals. So I love reminding myself of what is my main focus for this 90 days. Now, currently, I just launched a new program in Life Mentoring School, just a new section of Life Mentoring School called Business Mentoring School, and I'm currently launching that. So that was my big 90-day goal for this quarter, and we are off to a great start. We just finished the 3rd video in that series today. I am enjoying it so much. If you happen to be in there, then you know that it's been just such good stuff. So that is my 90-day goal. And honestly, I feel like after probably 3 weeks, maybe 30 days, I'll probably be able to move on to another main goal for this quarter, because I'd like to create so much focus for what I'm doing in the first part of that 90 days that I can then move on to something else. So in my planner, I have a spot for the 90-day goal, and then I make sure I set a top 3 things that I want to do that day, that if I didn't do anything else and I just did those 3 things, then that would be great. And so I always try to make sure that there's something in the top 3 that's going to help me for the 90-day goal. So today, when I sat down and filled out my intention for the day, I had to finish my outline for the talk that I was giving. So there was something in my top 3 that had to do with my 90-day goal. So it gives me a way to really focus. I think sometimes we have good intentions, but we really don't have something to focus on. And if you don't give your brain something to focus on, it will figure out everything that's wrong in your life and everything that's wrong in the world. And then you'll get lost I think that's why people end up feeling like they live a Groundhog Day where they just repeat the same day over and over. And if you give your brain something to do, it will do it. And so for me, that has been so game changing as far as setting my intention in the morning. The other thing that I do is I pick a thought that I want to practice. So the thought that I've been practicing since the first of the year, and it's changed a little bit, but I'm on this 10x kick. So I read a book recently called Be Your Future Self Now by Benjamin Hardy. And I got lost in his YouTube channel, and he talks a lot about 10xing instead of like doubling something to 10x something. And at my gym is called 10 Experience, 10x your life through fitness. Like it's kind of the gateway that you can sort of 10x your experience of your life. So I've been writing down 10x my focus, 10x my impact, 10x my health. And I am telling you, just thinking about that every day for the last however many days, I feel like I'm really doing it. It's crazy how your thoughts are so powerful. So come up with a thought that you want to think that empowers you toward the things that you're going for. There are lots of different things on this front page of my planner, but I love thinking about at least getting those 3 things done. In the afternoons or evenings, there are certain things that I like to do. I like to think of maybe before I go to bed or, before I sort of retire my planner for the day, things that I'm grateful for. How did I move today? Emotion, my emotional life. So there are lots of things in the bottom of the planner, but those are the ways that I love resetting, just resetting my mornings, just giving me some intention and purpose with my mornings. So that is the power of planning. That's number 1. The second thing that I'm resetting is food. So I think everybody thinks about this at the first of the year. I have been kind of decluttering. And so I've been taking some stuff out of my kitchen. I've been doing that actually for a few weeks, thinking about how can I pare down what I have? How can I clean it out a little bit? How can I make a powerful change possibly in the way that I'm feeding myself? Which brings me to, I am doing a low carb summit with some of my friends and then just some other amazing speakers toward the end of the month. I'll include the link in the description of this video. It's a free summit if you want to join us there. But I remember years ago when I first started to be aware that I had some insulin resistance, that I really needed to be careful with sugar. And when I started eating more low carb, I even did keto for about 6 months. It changed my metabolism. It changed my life in so many ways. So the teachings that will be in this summit will be kind of geared around that. And I feel like for women, especially as you get toward midlife and your estrogen starts to decrease, you will have trouble with your metabolism. And really, I think that one of the easiest ways to make a big change in your metabolism is to reset your food with eating lower carb, avoiding sugar, that kind of thing. I also always talk about weight training is such a powerful way to improve your metabolism as well. But if you want to join us in the summit, get inspired to make some changes with your food, such a good time of year to do it. The third thing that I've been doing is a reset on my clothing. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but you should go over there, give me a follow at Edie Wadsworth. I should turn that into a highlight because I think it's expired now, but I videoed myself cleaning out my closet. You guys, I got rid of probably a third of my clothes. I did this last year. I got rid of half of my clothes. I couldn't even believe it. I look in my closet and there's like half the things there. But to inspire you to do this, and I think this is true. I was listening to someone talk about this and she said, you're only wearing a 10th of your clothes anyway. So tell me if you think that's true. Tell me in the comments, isn't that true? Aren't we already just wearing 20% of what we have or 30% of what we have or less? I think this is true for most of us. And so as I was cleaning it out, I was so ruthless. I'm like, anything I haven't worn, if I can't remember the last time I worn it, I'm taking it out. And honestly, I was listening to somebody, now I can't even remember her name, but she talks about kind of a minimalist wardrobe. I'm never going to be a minimalist, but I do think that some of these principles can help. She basically said, if you don't want to get rid of it yet, just keep it in bags, and then you can go back through it later. Like, it won't be permanent, but at least take out what you're not wearing. And oh my word, my closet feels like a dream now. It feels like, oh, it's so clean. There's just my favorite things in there that I love to wear. So I encourage you to do that if you haven't done that yet for this year. I think it will make you feel like just such a clean start to the year, such a good refresh. Some of it I am taking to some of my daughters to see if they're interested. They probably aren't. Some of it I gave to just people here that I love, but I definitely notice a difference in my own, just in the way I experience wanting to go into my own closet. I just want to go in there and sit. It's just so organized, and really just by taking things out. I really only took about an hour and just was kind of ruthless. If I don't remember the last time I wore it, if it doesn't fit well, if there's any question, I just took it out. And then, like I said, you don't have to do that. You can put it back. You don't have to make that a permanent thing. But I think it really has helped me. So for all of those reasons, I love January. I just started a new knitting project, knitting a little baby blanket. So sitting by the fire, doing a little knitting, doing some cleaning out, doing a little reset with food. I just think it's so fun to give ourselves a fresh reset, to give ourselves in at least an area or two of our lives, to give ourselves a restart. Is just such a fun way to start the year. So here's what I would love to know from you. How are you resetting? How are you giving yourself a fun, fresh start? How are you changing things up for yourself that sort of make you more inspired by your own life? The other thing, that the trap that I think we can fall into is, I think we can fall into like wanting to do all those things or watching somebody else do it instead of doing it ourselves. So I challenge you this week to pick one area of your life. Maybe you get up 30 minutes earlier and do some planning. Maybe you make a reset with your food, clean out your kitchen, decide something that you're going to change over the next 30 days. Maybe you do it with your closet. Maybe you do it in your office or whatever. But I encourage you to not just like listen to somebody else talk about it or read about it, but actually make a change for yourself and create a fresh start for yourself in one area of your life. All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. Love you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.